like to ask you, what are the resources you offer to people, or as direct experiences with you, guiding, or via the internet, or in podcasts, that you can offer people to help them in their expansion of consciousness?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I have a number of resources that are available, and many more that are becoming available soon. So depending on when exactly you're watching this interview, some of these things may become available. Right now, you can contact me on the web through Visionary Culture, where I do a radio show. Typically, it's a weekly radio show, and visionaryculture.com has links to that, and also a little bit more about me, some of the artwork that tends to be activating for people. Just looking at the artwork, enjoying it there, that could help. Visionary Culture Radio also has its own URL at visionarycultureradio.com if you want to hop right to the radio site. And there's tons, I don't even know how many shows, there's tons of shows on there, which you can, one of the desires that I have is to make it more easy to find the information and the different shows that are on there. So that would be coming in the next iteration of the website. But feel free to look for permaculture, for healing work, for, famous authors or just upcoming healers, and also scientists, mathematicians. Anybody who's doing anything with the cutting edge is, a lot of those people have been on the show. So that's a valuable resource. Also, if people do want to have sessions with me, I am open to that as well. And you can find me at laura@visionaryculture.com for that. It's laura@visionaryculture.com. There's a couple of different types of work coming through me right now. I've been bringing in a modality called Core Star Activation, and another one called Mana Touch. And the Core Star Activation can be done over the phone or over Skype, whereas the Mana Touch is an in-person experience. They both have similar aspects to them, but the Core Star Activation will help you sort of release the last shreds of any self-doubt or any old emotional scarring that might be in your system at this time. And the Mana Touch does a similar thing, but more like you're basically, you go into a very deep state and there's not talking, whereas in the Core Star it's more like we're closing our eyes but we're communicating back and forth verbally. And Mana Touch takes you much deeper than that, and it's good for me to be in person with that. And any sort of psychic surgery, any kind of energy that's in your system that needs to be released and dissolved so that you can come into alignment, and so that you can straighten your central channel and activate your higher potential. That's what that's for. I'm also producing events, so I'm interested in speaking if someone has a consciousness event, either to coach or mentor how to do that, how to pull together a large event. And I think that's mostly it. My books and materials are getting ready to come out. The Collaborative Visioning Training Manual and book, and some audio CDs about walking your highest destiny path will be coming out very soon, as well as some raw food books, one on superfood beverages that I like, and elixirs, tonic elixirs and beverages from powerful herbs and plant foods and things like that. And and so those products should all be available this year.
So what the collaborative visioning includes also a program which allows facilitators on its own to help other individuals. Could you explain it a little bit more?
Yes,
please?
The collaborative visioning training program is currently in development and will be coming out soon. And basically, I feel like I need to be a tree and not a fruit. If that makes sense. It's like I can't just be holding this piece and like be a single fruit. I have to bear fruit, which is, people like you who might want to learn how to do what I know how to do in a group space, whether it's leading an Anchor the Dream session or helping an organization or a community learn to co-create at a new level through the resonant field, including yet transcending the ego personality, so that we can get along at a much more harmonious level that's not based on or coming from the ego. And the ego tends to be more entrenched in duality. It tends to want to control or to feel afraid. And so how, this set of tools helps us learn to include that part of us and allow the beautiful perspectives of our own personality to come through, while simultaneously allowing us to listen to each other and drop into the larger intelligence, which already knows everything about each one of us and will help us drop into and co-create even greater solutions that we could possibly have come up with from ourselves, or even just from all of our minds together. When we have the mind and the heart and the spirit and the emotion and the earth and spirit, and all that is called upon together, we can do things that, really we haven't been able to do before. And so I invite people to come in and learn this way. It's certainly not the only new paradigm technology available, yet what people are reflecting back to me and what I feel also is that it's a foundational piece. If we can learn this, then we can learn how to create communities and organizations that last. That's been one of the issues in the past, is that the personalities and the egos have destroyed relationships and communities just from having the pattern of projection, and the pattern of needing to be in control. And so there are ways, there are tools, and the books and trainings are full of techniques and tools for coming out of projection and, loving ourselves unconditionally while making corrections in our habit structures and our interaction structures that will allow us to thrive together.
Thank you.